There are more than 7,000 crab species around the world, but how many of those 7,000 can you actually eat? Well, today, I plan to find out.
Today,
Wow!
I'm on a mission to eat every crab
Oh, wow!
in Asia.
It looks like you could throw this at your enemies and do some serious damage.
And by the end of this video,
A crab leg sashimi.
I'll be taking on the most expensive crab that money can
I
buy.
want to try a little bit of the leg before I try the whole roll. Let's go for it.
But first, the most affordable and tiniest crab of the day.
The rice field crab. Let me show you a tiny one. Look at this little guy. So cute, so innocent, wondering how he got plucked out of his rice field home.
These crabs can be found quietly crawling around rice fields across Southeast Asia.
Its leg came off.
But in Vietnam, demand for these little guys is so high, they're now raised on massive crab farms.
So let's talk about the price. 20 cents. Very affordable. This is the type of crab you're not really going to find anywhere in the USA, but here in Southeast Asia, they absolutely love it and they make great use of it. So how do you eat a crab like this that's still small but has a thick shell? Well, here they're actually eating the entire crab. Almost the entire crab.
These crabs have a hard, thick shell, so in order to eat them whole, the crab's carapace or head must be removed. After head removal, the crabs are washed, then delivered to the restaurant where it's time to cook. In a bowl, these headless crabs are mixed with egg yolks and tempura flour, coated thoroughly, then deep fried until golden and extra crunchy. But what about the flavor? In a hot pan, a splash of oil is joined by garlic, lime leaves, crab fat, and the fried crabs. It's all tossed together until fully coated and ready to head out the kitchen door.
Our first crab meal of the day, the humble rice field crab. I'm gonna start with this small one right here, break it in half. We'll see if it fried enough. I'm a little bit scared I'm gonna crack my tooth or pop out my filling. Let's see what happens. Crazy crunchy. It almost tastes like a salted egg yolk on the outside. Folks here have this recipe down pat. What do? They take the head inside the carapace, they scoop out that fatty portion, and then that gets turned into a sauce that they toss these in. So that is a tiny rice field crab, but what about something like this? An absolute monster. It seems too thick to eat. Let's give it a shot. Can I say something? A little too thick. Something like this is nice. The texture of the small crabs, it's excellent. It's insanely crunchy. They've got a nice coating of flavor on there. And overall, it's a very pleasant experience, unique to Vietnam. This is something that you're not gonna find stateside. Are you? No, I decided no. Very unique, a wonderful start to the day, but we have a lot more crabs to get.
There's a long lineup of crabs that I'm gonna try in this video, ranging from just 25 cents to a few $100s. Some are steamed, while others aren't cooked at all.
Ooh, wow. What's that, brother?
But before that, there's a unique crab contender that I'm willing to bet you've never even heard of.
Take a look at these guys. These are known as three-striped crabs in Vietnam, but they're also known as shore crabs.
These crabs can be found in many parts of the world: Mexico, Korea, Canada, even the USA.
These are the types of crabs you're gonna see on the beach, climbing on cliffs, going under rocks. They have a very unique look. The body itself, it's a quadrate carapace shape. What's that mean? It means its body is like a cube. It costs about 83 cents for one. But what if I told you that today we're gonna turn this into a salad? This isn't your mother's Caesar salad. This is something completely different.
But before we see that culinary magic, a quick word from the sponsor of this video, NordVPN.
Do you know what's scarier than biting into something you've never tasted before? Ransomware. One careless click on public Wi-Fi and hackers can swoop in, lock up your files, your photos, your email, even your bank info, and hold them hostage until you pay up. It's digital extortion and it's everywhere right now. But you don't have to be their next victim. Not with NordVPN. I use NordVPN because it's like having a personal bodyguard on the internet. NordVPN encrypts your connection so no one, not hackers, trackers, or even your internet provider, can see what you're doing. Whether you're booking a flight, checking your email, or my personal favorite, watching food videos.
There's nothing good about this.
Your data stays secure and out of the wrong hands. But security is just the start. NordVPN opens up the internet for you. Want to stream a show that's only available in South Korea? Easy. Looking for better flight deals by browsing from another country? Done. With thousands of servers in over 113 countries, NordVPN doesn't just keep you safe, it gives you access to a world of possibilities. So here's the deal. Head to nordvpn.com nordvpn.com/BEFRS and grab their exclusive offer. Purchase 2 years of NordVPN and get an extra 4 months. It's completely risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/BEFRS. Click the link downstairs in the description or in the pinned comment. So protect your data, unlock the internet, and focus on what truly matters. Like enjoying your next trip without worrying about your data. With NordVPN, you're always in control. Now, back to the show.
First, the crabs are chilled in ice, then washed thoroughly before being soaked with salt and left to sit for a couple of days. Then they're flash boiled for just 1 minute, not fully cooked but enough for the next step. Now the carapace is removed, the organs are discarded, and the body is halved so it can be marinated in a bold sauce made from garlic, chilies, sugar, MSG, and lime juice. In a mortar, yard-long beans, tomatoes, papaya, and a special sauce are crushed together, forming the base of this dish. This salad, originally from Thailand, comes with a Vietnamese twist that adds a whole new layer of flavor.
All right, folks, our crab salad has arrived. This is no ordinary salad. The smell coming off is slightly pungent, and that's because of this right here, a special Thai sauce using one special ingredient, fermented fish sauce. Snakehead fish have been fermented with vegetables until they become kind of broken down, smelly, and grimy. I'm not really selling it well, am I? So I'm gonna work my way up to the crab. I'm removing the crab's exoskeleton and revealing the papaya. Let's give it a shot. Wow, that is absolutely, it's spicy too. I taste chilies, I taste sugar, possibly MSG, a little bit of sourness, and that real pungent flavor of that fermented fish sauce. That is unforgettable. Quick question, with something like this, would you like kind of chew it and then spit it out?
Yeah.
What about that? That's too big to chew.
But I have a strong teeth.
You're strong. Okay, cool, thanks. Velociraptor over here. So I've just been given some nice advice on how to handle the crab. Here's how it works. Take a couple of the legs, maybe some hip meat, put it in your mouth, chew on it, and then spit it out. That's it. So it's like a piece of gum. You're trying to strip all the flavor out of it. Let's try it. It's very flavorful. I wouldn't recommend it as a flavor of chewing gum though. And right now, I'm ready to regurgitate the crab shell. I will do it into the head. I can't believe that's the normal way to eat this food. As you're chewing it, you are getting some of that meat flakes and the sauce, all of it is going down your throat. It's a wonderful flavor. For sure, this is one of the most unique, bizarre salads I've ever had, and I absolutely love it. Just make sure if you come here and order this, that you've got strong teeth. Braces, not allowed.
These small crabs are cheap, but a bit lacking in the meat department. Next, we're 10xing our crab budget in search of an even juicier bite.
Our next crab is the blue crab, coming in at about $7.87. The blue crab is called a blue crab because it is blue. But there's also brown crabs. These are both technically blue crabs, but what is the difference? Let's do some crab anatomy. You can look under its carapace at this right here. The more phallic it is, that is a male. Whereas if you look at these brown crabs, underneath the carapace is very wide, like a dome. That is a female.
In Vietnam, blue crabs thrive in the coastal waters of the Mekong Delta, where their sweet, tender meat is a prized ingredient in dishes like ban can cua. But blue crab recipes extend well past these borders to other Asian countries like Korea, where the blue crab is served raw. First, the blue crabs are washed and chilled on ice. Next, the carapace and any unwanted bits are removed. Today, these sand skippers will be made into raw Korean soy sauce crab. It all starts with a soy sauce-based broth, where water is added along with garlic, black pepper, leeks, greenhorn chilies, apple slices, and tea bags filled with secret medicinal herbs. This flavorful concoction is simmered for an hour. Then the solids are removed, and the remaining chilled liquid is poured over the crabs along with chilies. These crabs marinate for up to 5 days before they're ready to serve.
I gotta say, it looks amazing. This is the soy sauce plus many other flavors mixed together to really season that meat. Oh. It has an incredible depth of flavor that's really refreshing. It tastes salty, sweet, and spicy. In the head and on the side of the body, you have these orange parts right here. Now, a lot of people confuse this for being the eggs of the crab. They are not the eggs. What I learned in Cambodia is that the eggs are located beneath the crab. Are you seeing it now? So what is this orange part inside of the crab's head? This is a gland inside the crab that works to produce digestive enzymes and filter impurities from the crab's blood. Yum. Ooh, wow. What's that, brother? Let's give it a shot. I gotta say, it's remarkable. That was very, very good. Spongy, soft, perfectly soaked up the flavors of that sauce. This is basically a cross-section of the body. Now, you can see as I squeeze, some of the meat is protruding out already. Very satisfying bite. I just realized is it still raw and the meat is very soft. This is the best blue crab experience of my life. Usually with these types of crabs, it's such a pain in the butt to get any meat out of it, but this feels so substantial. You feel like you're really getting a mouthful of something delicious.
From here, we're venturing into the realm of unusual looking crabs. From a coral reef type looking crab like this, to a spiky and dangerous undersea samurai, flown all the way from Japan. But first, another unusual crab with an equally unusual name.
This right here is a hairy crab, and it's a little bit hard to see, so I'm gonna set it free. Oh, wow.
This crab is banned in the USA for being an invasive species and a threat to ecosystems. But here, it's a highly prized delicacy whenever it's in season.
This one right here comes in at about $9.50. The hairy crab is called the hairy crab because of this right here. Voiceover, let's tell us what that is for.
The crab's hairy claws resemble mittens, earning it the nickname mitten crab. This natural disguise helps it blend seamlessly into its surroundings, confusing predators and victims alike, leaving them wondering if it's a crab or just a fuzzy set of mittens. Unlike the other dishes, cooking this crab is surprisingly simple. After being washed and chilled on ice, the crabs are placed on a fragrant bed of perilla leaves, lemongrass, and ginger. Then, they're steamed, but there's a reason for the simplicity. I'm told these crabs are packed with 2 types of crab fat, each with a distinct color.
So where do we start? Look what's behind door number 1. Let's close that up. I don't want to see that again. I've been told to cut the crab down the thickest part of its body. Cracking it open. Wow. A kaleidoscope of yellow and orange fat on the inside. Maybe we could jam a spoon in there? Wow, somebody is watching this from Shanghai and they are very disappointed in me. It's not how you eat it. Oh, wow. That is a different experience from anything we've had so far. That fat is dense and flavorful. It's got these nice orangey and yellow bits. This is what makes this crab so special. A little bit of a dip in this Vietnamese sauce. That's awesome. I gotta say, when I saw this crab, I thought it's so small, who would eat it? But it turns out not every crab is just about its legs or its meat. Every crab has something different and something special to offer. It's dense, it's somewhat sticky, it's a little bit chalky, but full of flavor. Amazing. I gotta say, I'm very impressed. That's some of the best crab head fat I've ever had in my life.
We're about halfway through our crab extravaganza, and by the end of this video, we'll meet a crab so pricey, it makes the hairy crab look like pocket change at over 30 times the price.
Is there any crab bigger than the king?
But before we roll out the red carpet for that crustacean,
Our next crab is right here.
I'm heading to a Japanese restaurant for our next Claude contender.
The Hanasaki crab. These are crabs found in the northernmost area of Japan, Hokkaido. And actually, they're only caught once a year for a couple of months. And so even for Japanese folks, they're pretty rare. For one crab like this, $35. That's wild. Wait, what's under here? Don't look under there.
Our chef is whipping up crab croquettes. Step 1 is carefully extracting all that precious meat from the shell.
The name Hanasaki means flowers bloom, referring to how its legs look like a flower's bloom.
In a pot, butter is melted and combined with wheat flour, soy milk, whipping cream, shiitake mushrooms, the crab meat, and a touch of salt. It's whisked until smooth, then scooped into bite-sized roux balls, and cooled in the fridge to become firm. Once dense enough, these balls are coated in egg yolk, rolled through a mix of wheat flour and breadcrumbs, and sent back to chill once more. After a few hours, they hit the hot oil, frying to golden perfection.
Here we have our Hanasaki crab croquette. So what is a croquette? A croquette is a deep-fried roll originating in French cuisine. There's an amazing kind of crust on the outside. It's hot and kind of gloopy on the inside. It's savory, but it still has all that amazing crab flavor on the inside. If you're not getting enough crab essence, you definitely will with the addition of this dip, a sauce made from the crab fat, and a few other ingredients, including butter and pureed onion. Oh yeah, a real unbridled, pure taste of crab. So how does the Hanasaki crab differ from any other type of crab? Well, first of all, it's Japanese. So their birth rate is probably declining. Within a few generations, they'll be gone. That is true. Japanese people are gonna be extinct in like 50 years. Regarding the croquette, delicious. I loved it. I've never had anything like it. I'm genuinely very impressed. But from here, we are building up to the most expensive crab we could find in Asia. We're heading there soon. Let's keep moving.
Our next crab is the mud crab, a crab known to be very aggressive. Today I am in luck because this thing is wearing some giant, adorable pink handcuffs.
In places like Vietnam, mud crabs are farmed to keep up with the ever-growing demand.
These guys get into sparring matches with other crabs all the time, and they also are very territorial, defending their own turf. This guy right here costs about $35. At this location, I'm not just excited that we're gonna be eating a mud crab, I'm excited about the way they prepare it, a preparation that you're only gonna find here in Vietnam.
First, the crabs are steamed. Once cooked, the chef carefully extracts the meat from the legs, body, and those massive claws. Next, the crab meat is stir-fried with shallots, bits of Chinese sausage, shiitake mushrooms, garlic sauce, and scallions. The protein is now ready, but the chef is just getting started. For the carbohydrate component, sticky rice is mixed with pork floss and cooked until fluffy. Meanwhile, a thin layer of sticky rice hits a pan of hot oil, transforming into a crispy, golden brown sticky rice cracker, basically a crunchy rice bowl that receives the stir-fried crab meat followed by the sticky rice.
A crab or rice wearing a little crab hat. There's nothing in here, by the way. This is to let you know that there is a crab in here. We're gonna get to that soon. First, a little lollipop of meat. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's wild and delicious. That's fascinating because usually when you eat a crab claw, you're expecting that natural sweetness. That sweetness has kind of left and it's been replaced with a deep savoriness. Very unique. Oh yeah, there we go. The shell that has been created is very thin, but inside it is housing all the best of Vietnam. Sweet sausage, crab, sticky rice, the best form of rice. Devastatingly delicious. That nice chewy texture from that sticky rice, sweetness from that sausage, but you're still getting plenty of crab flavor too. That's so cool. Oh yeah. A Vietnamese tortilla chip, crunchy, it tastes like toasted rice, it's so good. Now I'm not sure if they do this here, but I believe the next move would be take some of that rice and some of that sausage and a lot of that crab, put it onto our Vietnamese tortilla chip. I don't know what else to say. I'm absolutely in love, and I believe this is for sure the most inventive use of crab we've seen so far, but we have a lot more to see. So let's keep moving. Welcome to our next crab in this crab lineup, the Japanese Kagani crab. After they catch it, they partially cook it, and then they freeze it. This would be nearly impossible to find alive unless you were actually in Japan.
The Kagani, or horseshoe crab, is found along the Hokkaido coast in Japan.
It's hairy. It's more like thick bristles. You could use this to, I don't know, did your pet recently vomit on your couch? Use the underside of this crab to buff it out. This guy right here comes in at a whopping $66 per crab. So how do you prepare a crab that's already partially boiled and then frozen? We're gonna find out next.
Just like the crab itself, the recipe for this dish hails from Japan, starting with a good steaming. The chef prepares a marinade using dashi, dark soy sauce, mirin, kelp, smoked fish flakes, and sake. The steamed crabs are marinated in this rich, umami-packed sauce for 12 hours. Once ready, the crab fat and some of the leg meat are turned into a decadent dipping sauce, topped with salmon roe for a pop of flavor and texture.
Japanese crabs are so unique. I just feel like every time I see a crab and I find out it's from Japan, I go, it looked like it was from Japan. They look like underwater samurais. I want to start with the legs. He's taken the leg and he shaved off some of the shells so you can easily get the meat out of there. Ooh, it's so easy. Nothing better than crab meat that's easy to retrieve. Oh, it's so excellent. It's such a light flavor. I do taste some sake. It has a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of smokiness, and a lot of umami flavor. A flavor that can only be enhanced with a little bit of Sapporo. I think I just woke up the giant within. Here there are some kind of yellowish parts. I've been told that is the crab fat. Okay, that is very nice. It's creamy, it's slightly briny, but then there's just a lot of shell. And then what do? Am I eating this right? So, my guy, I'm confused. I'm looking at this. What do I eat? Oh, so you have to like go and like,
Yes.
oh, it takes a lot of patience, right?
Yeah.
I tried to shove in the tiny fork, but there's so many just little crevices. You have to be careful just to get the meat out and not get a bunch of the shell with it. If you find the crab too challenging to eat, there is always this right here. The most delicious parts of the crab condensed down into one delicious bowl. Oh yeah, this is excellent. I absolutely love this. So I guess what you gotta do if you're gonna eat this is get a chef who's patient enough and willing to take all the fat and all the meat and all those little strands and put it into a little dish like this for you to scoop up with a spoon, because then it's 100% worth it. Absolutely delicious.
We're just one stop away from laying eyes on the most expensive, biggest crab you can find in this country. But before we get to that king of crustaceans, there's another worthy opponent waiting in the wings.
The Japanese snow crab. First of all, a small body. That's what I like to see, because usually if you're paying for a whole crab, you're paying for the weight. I don't want a gigantic carapace like a Tasmanian crab. I want a small head, a small body, and I want this. Beautiful, long legs.
The name snow crab says it all. They thrive in the icy, cold northern oceans, stretching across the Pacific from Alaska to Japan.
These guys literally flew here, probably business class, from Japan, coming in at about $77. That is pretty wild. In a moment, we're gonna see this crab get made into something innovative, delicious, and Japanese.
First, the crab is carefully halved, with the carapace, juices, and fat set aside as we'll be needing them soon. Next, the leg meat is skillfully extracted and arranged on a serving boat, where it'll remain raw. And on the side, a pot of rich broth comes to life. Miso and sake come together to simmer. Then soy sauce, sugar, salt, miso paste, that crab fat, and its juices are added, creating a flavored base. The crab's body meat joins the broth, turning it into what I can only describe as a cooking soup.
Oh wow, it's really thick. It's more like a paste than anything else. It's like a British pea mash. Would you like to buy a newspaper for £1? But as it cooks, it is getting a little bit more thin. Let's give it a shot. Oh wow. It's like a thick, crabby, sweet paste. It's very rich. It's got a nice flavor. So I've been told by the chef, he said, take the leg, put it in the soup, and cook it shabu shabu. So shabu shabu style in Japan is when you quickly dip usually some meat into a hot broth to ensure even faster cooking. I'm just gonna bury it in that pasty soup. So is it cooked all the way through? No, it's probably cooked about 10% on the outside, but it is caked with that green paste. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's very sweet, it's very tender, but since it's not cooked all the way through, it's not like flaky. It just kind of slides down your throat hole. Oh, that is so good. The fact that you can just take a leg like this, the tendon is making it hold on so you can handle it, and then when you're ready to bite it, you just peel it off with your teeth and just the tendon remains. It is such a thoughtful, delicious preparation. By the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you which crab preparation was my absolute favorite, and I gotta say, this one is very impressive. So, this was an amazing experience with the snow crab, but we have one very expensive crab that remains. We've come to our final location where we're gonna be eating our biggest, most expensive crab yet. This right here is a king crab. 6.8 pounds of pure juiciness. Now, they say crabs that come from colder climates have more flavor because they have more fat. And I hope that that is the case here.
It hails from waters around Alaska, Russia, and Korea, but the one we're about to devour flew here all the way from Norway.
Coming in at $300. What is so special about these crabs? Well, have you ever seen that show Deadliest Catch? These are the crabs that fishermen are nearly killing themselves for in order to catch. But that risk comes with a price. These are also one of the most expensive crabs you can find around the world. What are we gonna make out of it? Are we just gonna steam it?
Well, yes, but wait, there's more. In a pan, butter is melted, and in goes garlic, ginger, scallions, parsley, shallots, and a special ingredient, belacan, a funky fermented shrimp paste. Chili and tomato paste are added, and the mixture is cooked down before being blended into a rich, velvety puree. That puree returns to the heat and an egg is stirred in. Once the crab is cooked, its giant meat chunks are carefully extracted, coated in tempura flour, and deep fried until light and crispy. Now it's time for the build. The rich puree meets the crab chunks. Then they're stuffed into a toasted bun lined with crisp romaine lettuce. And there you have it, the ultimate king crab roll.
A crab roll, and it looks amazing. Now, many of you have heard before of a lobster roll. I have even gone to Maine, the place where they source America's delicious lobsters, and I had a lobster roll right at the source. It was incredible. Here, they're elevating it and they're putting it into a recipe that's familiar, but with a little bit of a twist. I want to try a little bit of the leg before I try the whole roll. Let's go for it. Oh my God, it's super delicious. On the outside, you can see the seasoning and the color change from frying the crab, but on the inside, it is snowy white, juicy, and delicious. Oh God. That's a winner. On the side, we have what they're calling a Singapore sauce, which contains a little bit of Malaysian shrimp paste. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be a little bit messy. outstanding. The roll is toasty, it has a nice crunch to it. Meanwhile, the sauce, super savory, almost kind of umami, like a gravy you're putting on top, which feels a bit unfamiliar, new, and intriguing. Then you have the crab itself. It is full of fattiness. It has so much juiciness every time you bite into it. This is a sandwich for the 1%, nay, the 0.1%. I know a couple lawyers in the 1% still can afford this, mainly my lawyer. Why do I have a lawyer? I don't want to talk about it. It's completely indulgent, completely addictive, and I'm in love. But from here, I'm going to tell you which of all the crabs I think was the absolute best today. It's important information for you to know in case you guys also want to get crabs.
Hungry for more fun food videos? Join me at more Best Ever Food Review Show, a channel that's unfiltered, raw, half the quality, and twice the fun.
You walk away and come back at me. Oh, look, the server.
Subscribe now and you probably won't regret it.
No! Oh God, they're vicious. So this is, oh God, it's going under here? That's never coming out, is it? How do you coax a crab out from under an oven? I do appreciate that the crabs have hair, and I appreciate that they're called hairy crabs, and that people still want to eat them after hearing that name. Because what other food can you put hairy in front of and make people actually want to eat it? Hey man, can I get you a hairy sandwich, hairy soup, super hairy milkshake? Sounds awful. Have you ever heard the expression like crabs in a bucket? This is what they're talking about. Every time you try to get up, someone's got to pull you down. So I asked the owner just a moment ago, these claws, they are huge. How do you handle something like this? She said she has strong teeth. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I couldn't do it. I think I broke my retainer. It's fine, it's Friday night. I can go fix it on Monday. Boom, in this video, we ate every crab that we could find in Asia, or at least in Vietnam. There are so many crabs. I'm hoping that today in this video, you got to see some crab species you never even heard of before. Anyways, if I had to choose one of these 9 crabs that was my absolute favorite from today, it would be, hold on, I forgot for a second. The mud crab. Even I'm surprised by this, because I'm not just considering the crab, I'm also considering the preparation. Mud crabs are delicious, but it has to be a big mud crab. The crab played well with the sticky rice, with the Chinese sausage, and it was a delicious combination that still brought out the tremendous flavor of the crab. Let me know if you want us to tackle any other seafoods, because we can do every shrimp, every lobster, every fish, and etc. Otherwise, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace. All right, time to take my gout pills and my Flintstones vitamins.